So I'm here at High Cross, Leicester, with the beacons in the background, which we just stood around and marked the 2-minute silence. And I'm here with Jonathan Capewell from the WW1 Tigers project. How are you doing, Jonathan?
I'm very well, thank you.
Okay, so you had a good morning so far?
Yeah, it's been tremendous to see the beacons. 7 metres high, images that maybe have had quite a few years or something, seeing them come to life, and that's hope we can identify a few more soldiers.
Now, we started off at BBC Radio Leicester this morning, where we spoke to Jim Davis live on air, and you were picking out some sort of quite notable stories of people that had been identified through your project. The one of the 15-year-old lad really kind of struck me.
Yeah, the young Mr. Walker, who was from Wall Street area of Leicester, and he joined up when he was 15. Served over there for quite a couple of years before being actually killed during the Battle of Bezentin-le-Petit during the Somme campaign. And he was one of the many local Leicester guys that died that day in August 1916. And I just think something like that happens, just the amount of curtains that must have been drawn in the terrace streets of Leicester must have been really something.
Now, we move around here to the beacons, which are quite unique. They're the only ones of their kind in the world, and you've kindly provided us with some of these images from your project. Now, all of these people are actually unidentifiable, aren't they? We don't know who they are, and we're hoping people will help us over the Armistice Day today, tomorrow, and then on Remembrance Sunday to try and find out who they are.
Yeah, it'd be really good if we could. A lot of these images obviously were taken locally by photographers from like Hinkley Road, Alston Road, New Walk, Market Street in Leicester. So they really are local people, and maybe their relatives are still living locally.
So throughout the course of the project, now, have you managed to identify many of the images?
Yeah, we've actually now identified 57 individuals from images from the site. It's been quite interesting. It could be relatives that are identifying them, or it could be people working on other projects, such as people that are trying to find out something about people on their local war memorial, and they've found images locally, and they'll see the equivalent image appear on the website, or another version of that person appearing on the website.
What does it mean? Just one final question. What does it mean to someone when they discover that you've got their someone they know on your site as being identified? Do you find it quite an emotional thing for you as well? Because suddenly they're sharing stories and stuff.
Yeah, it's hugely emotional, and sometimes the relative knows nothing at all about the service of their relative. Sometimes they've done huge amounts of research. I've been lucky enough to acquire quite a few original diaries and other books and reference books that's not freely available online, and sometimes I can help a little bit further with the service of the individual family member.
So this kind of project, I said one more question, there's another one there. This kind of project takes over your life, doesn't it? It's not really something, it's not a job, it's more of it's a calling, isn't it? It's stumbled into your lap and you have to value it.
It really, really has, and when I started the project in 2013, I thought it would appeal to very, very few anoraks, and now we've had over 3.6 million visitors to the site, and I've just lost count of the interactions I've had with family members of the Tigers.
And the website is www.WW1Tigers.com, is that correct?
That certainly is.
Wonderful. Well, fingers crossed we have a weekend where we help identify at least one. That would be a fantastic.
Let's hope so. It'd be really great.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.